want to warn you,
Sorry. Go
I'll
ahead.
have to drop in about 5 minutes for an
Okay.
advisory board meeting. But
Yeah.
yeah, uh, do you want to try to do another panel? I mean, I feel like that one's already
Yeah.
been done, but the question is, what can we do to,
Right.
maybe some, because we were doing operator maturity, which was a good topic, and it seemed like that was picked up by the crowd.
Right.
Um, I almost felt we should have done questions earlier. I don't know
I know.
that,
Well, it's hard because you never know. Sometimes
you
people
never
are not,
know.
you know,
Yeah,
verbose, but I feel like every panel we've done, we've had a good amount of questions and had to cut
yeah,
people off. Like, were you, I
yeah.
can't remember if you were in Amsterdam too.
No,
That
no, I was not.
that panel was actually packed and there were people lining up out the door. And then after it was over, there were a lot of questions after the fact.
What what was the topic of that one?
It was similar. So it was we didn't have the specific security angle, but it was basically about like operator maturity.
Yeah, I wonder if we should shift this a little bit and kind of take it up a level and maybe can we do something more about Kubernetes as a data platform and do that more, because that really is who we are, is data on
Yeah.
Kubernetes. Because there's operators, but I think there's also other things going on in Kubernetes that we could address, like storage, for example.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I think that's interesting. 'Cause, like at the end of Michelle's talk at DoK Day, she did this slide about like what's happening in the Kubernetes ecosystem
yeah,
around data. Like that could be, and we talked, and she and I were
yes,
chatting about like maybe doing that as an ongoing thing, virtual
yes,
event for
yeah,
DoK.
yeah.
So that would be excellent. And then maybe we could weave operator stuff into it and some other
Yep,
things.
exactly. It doesn't have to. I mean, operators are relevant. And by the way, Michelle, oh my God, what a great pick.
Yeah.
She is so thoughtful. I loved being on that. I really like listening to her. She's
Yes.
like,
On
uh,
it. Yeah, she's great. She's
I,
fantastic. We were talking about like
yeah,
3, 4 different ideas to do
yeah,
as
yeah,
talks.
yeah. So I would love to. I mean, if you guys would have me on
Yeah,
another panel, I would love to do one. But I think
I think
if we
that's
could do
great.
it, and I think if Michelle can chime in, I just think there's a lot of good things to do on data on Kubernetes, and we can really highlight some of the advances across the ecosystem.
I
That's
got the
great.
same sentiment from Alex Lines because
Yeah,
he was getting the sense that there was a lot of focus on operators, but he was sort of interested in other areas. So
let's go to yeah, let's do data. Let's
Okay,
you
perfect.
know it can be storage. Well, data on
Yeah,
Kubernetes, and it's like a bunch of things.
right.
It's storage, obviously, but there's also networking. We can I think how databases are evolving to take advantage. Actually, a really interesting topic is how are databases evolving to take advantage of Kubernetes. um, I wouldn't do a whole talk on that necessarily, but I think that's the kind of question you could ask. um,
Yeah, that's great. I'm just making a note in our doc here.
yeah,
Okay.
do you want
Yeah,
to
I think
bounce
that's
some
good.
stuff back and forth just to get the uh, I mean, because we can do this asynchronously.
Right. I think what I can do, I'll just pull together just a draft topic, draft like title abstract for us, and then
Yeah,
I'll send it around and we can look
okay.
at it. And then I don't know if Michelle's going to be in Europe or not. I can't remember if she went before to I think she
Yeah,
didn't go to Amsterdam, but I'll ask
yeah.
um, and see
Hey,
who
Paris in the
she
spring, who
recommend.
wouldn't want to go,
Yeah,
right?
right.
yeah,
Hopefully she'll be
absolutely.
there.
Yeah,
And then we can get someone else, whoever, one other, at least one other person who will be
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Um, yeah. Okay. That's lovely.
Cool. I'll throw in a few things because the storage talk I did was really fun. Like just how are the ways that the databases are, sort of using ClickHouse storage I always get those confused. Kubernetes storage. As I say, that topic turned out to be really popular. Uh,
Yeah.
just really a lot of interest in how to do that effectively.
I think it was interesting. One of the takeaways, we've been doing this for a while now in this community, and we're thinking of advanced use cases. But one of my
Yeah.
takeaways from the OK days, we still have
Even
room for
simple so
beginner
yeah.
content, like
Yeah.
intro content.
Yep.
So we
Yep.
want to cover all those bases still.
Yeah. There's just like stuff like block storage, which just sounds really boring, but
Yeah.
that's actually what databases typically use. So
Right.
spending some time talking about it and the tricks to to use it effectively, I think is really, it's time well spent. I think it benefits the audience.
Yeah, and that's,
I
I think we could also do some additional content like this just ongoing
Yeah.
on, like, for DoK monthly conversations.
Yeah.
We've been talking about adding other series where we're just doing an update continuously
Yeah.
on this. So I think
Yeah.
this is great. Yeah, we'll pull together a title abstract and
Yeah.
send it around, and
And
we'll
thank
get
you
it.
so much for having me on the panel. It was an honor to be on it.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was great. We had
Yeah.
a lot of people, surprisingly,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
that huge room.
They looked engaged, and they were
Yeah,
not, like looking at their watch like, when
right.
do I have to run out of here to get to
Yeah,
O'Hare? So
I mean, we went over a
yeah.
little bit, and the next people
Yeah.
were coming in.
Yeah.
And yeah, that student, I reached out to that student we were all chatting with too,
Yeah.
and waiting to hear back from him. Hopefully
Oh yeah,
he'll,
the guy who's doing the was he from Purdue or someplace like that? Somewhere
I
in the
think
Midwest.
so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that was,
hopefully he'll join and contribute something. That would be fantastic.
those connections are great. That's
Yeah.
really, really, it's exactly that kind of stuff where you meet people who are curious, looking at these, uh, you know, at these different topics. It was, yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
Excellent.
to go because of this other meeting.
Yeah, no problem.
My apologies, but thanks again. And Paul, great to meet you in person.
Yeah, it's really nice to meet you, and I'll be reaching out more, soon.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
if you
Thank you
have
very much.
anything for us on the security guide you want us to do, just let us know.
Yeah, I need to get, I think what we need to do is just publicize that. What I might do is, what would be cool is to write a blog article about it.
Okay, yeah.
And I think just to sort of promote some of the issues. In fact, I can just take it out of the stuff I did in my talk.
Okay,
And
great.
and we'll just keep coming back to this. The good news from that talk is clearly there's interest in this topic. I
Yeah,
get more questions from
absolutely.
that talk than I ever do when I talk about this stuff. So
Oh, good.
I
That's
felt like
great.
we'd found our people.
I think so. That's what you're saying, for
Yeah.
sure. No,
All
that's
right.
great. All right.
All right.
Thanks,
Talk to you
Robert.
soon. Bye,
Okay.
everybody. Have a great day and a great Thanksgiving.
You
Hey,
too. Take care.
bye.